All right, good afternoon and welcome to another one of my streams. So we are doing something a bit more competitive this time. We're trying again for the SRO eSport GT Series Spa Qualifier. So there's just officially just over an hour and 20 minutes left in the qualifier. So pressure, lots of pressure to perform. So I was disappointed to find that in the last couple of days, I was demoted to 15th place, which isn't good. But we'll try and see if, there's still a chance I can get called up if any of the top 12 guys can't attend, which I'm sure there will be one or two. But I would rather be one of the original 12 to avoid any potential mishaps or just any sort of disappointment, basically. So a little bit unsure about different things to do with the Aston Martin in terms of ABS and traction control and such. But there's what the pro guys are doing, and then there's what the telemetry says is good. So we'll try the telemetry way for now, or like maybe a blend of the two. See what we can achieve. So unfortunately, I've been struggling for the last. Yep. Okay, this run is done. I have to try again. So unfortunately, I've sort of struggled a little bit with tried, excuse me, with matching my previous time. So it's a little bit frustrating that part. But there's multiple factors as well. Maybe kind of thinking a bit too much, or simply overdriving the car. So I'll try and be a bit smarter about the way I'm driving. So essentially, also trying to put as little work on the traction control as I can. Not using much of it, but also not having a aggressive setting. I think that's the order of the day. It seems that the traction control system, the Aston Martin here, is perhaps a little bit too, it's hard to describe, but too aggressive maybe. It does have a lot of torque, a lot of power, but a bit of slip to get the thing to accelerate. So a little bit offline there. Slight twitch there going through Frere corner, or whatever, Curbe Paul Frere, I think that's the official name, but you can't see my steering wheel, I know, but I had to go a little twitch with the wheel. And I should have adjusted the traction control well before braking, but never mind. This is not going to be a good lap. Nope, not good enough. So back to restart again. So I will just mention up front there will be a lot of mid restarts because simply, basically to get the top time, which Erhan Yayovsky here has set of a 11 minutes 31.497 stint. That needs an average lap time of a 2:18.2. So a 2:19.06 or 2:19.6 or 0.4 is not going to cut it simply on the first lap. So I'm not really aiming at this point actually. Just it would be nice to have the top time, but let's just qualify and then worry about kind of outright pace and everything at the event itself. But at this point, I'm just trying to make it to Spa. So that was good. Dial up the traction control again. So missed that entry curve until I calmed by a big chunk. First sector is good though. Could be quicker, of course, again, but it's probably my second best first sector I've ever done. Just realized that I need to dial down my graphics settings a little bit, because I did increase them for that lovely starting clip of the Aston Martin showroom. But playing with those kind of graphics settings is doesn't really work. Get a bit of lag, at least with my current system. So just trying to think, why am I getting lag? But up the Eau Rouge. We're matching the first sector, roughly, which is nice. Hopefully we get a better entry into Le Combe this time. Yes, there we go. Nice, tight on the inside curb. Well, there, 3/10 already. Just because I got my line slightly better into the first part of Le Combe, which in turn helped the second part and third part, of course. But getting not really tight enough through to No Name. And yeah, I was expecting that penalty. So before we go start the next run, let's set our settings to low, actually. Let's just go low for now. It's not going to look as pretty. We're not, but the game's going to run much better. And that's the main thing. You're driving in a competitive environment. You want as many frames per second as you can get, pretty much. Excuse me. So good first, good second sector at the moment, which is nice. Let's hopefully not throw it away in bus stop now. Decrease traction control a little bit. Alright, not bad, not bad. Try and go a bit quicker though in the second lap and subsequent laps. Looking good for this one. Lost a bit of time though through Frere corner. The exit, but hopefully it's not too bad. Yep, that's good. That's good. Now it's just a matter of holding on for the last few laps. Well, the last 2 laps mainly. First 3 aren't so bad, but the handling goes all over the place. The tires overheat. The last 2 laps. Lost a bit of time. Just the time slowly ebbs away now. Just slowly ebbs away. Becomes very, very frustrating. We'll keep trying. So now just use a slightly more aggressive traction control setting. The tires are on fire, pretty much. Just basically holding on now. Managing the car, trying to just keep some sort of pace in it, even though the tires are crying out to stop. Please no, please no, please no, please no. Thought I would have got tagged there for a penalty over the top of Radion. So what's this? What's the time? What's the time? Yes! 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 Sorry, I don't usually mean to. I don't really like to, but that was. I've been trying for the last 2 days. I've been trying really hard. And it just came together for that last run. Just came together. Save that, of course. Save it actually twice. But yeah, I really don't really know. Don't know how. Just managed to sort of hold on for that last couple of laps, but it's just struggle. Oh my god, that was only the first run. Thankfully, it was because if now I'm a bit tired and exhausted from the concentration, but yeah. Thanks, Christian. Yeah, it was wasn't easy. I know you know it's not easy, but sometimes I get lucky, I think, as well, because I don't get these kind of runs consistently. So sometimes it dials in right. So yeah, I'll try to. So less source. I'll try to go in a bit quicker. Campus, maybe try and coast a bit more. Too much. Yeah, just gotta keep the speed up. I mean, that's the it's it's all about like I really found with from what I've tried before trying to understand how the delta works. It's like you carry all the speed you can throughout the whole corner, and even if it means getting, uh, you know, even if it means getting on with full power later, which doesn't make sense. You would think that you want to position the car so that you're on, full throttle as early as you can, particularly through stabilo. Um, so there's one way I was doing it, which was just go a bit tighter on entry, slow down a bit more, full throttle. Um, but yeah, it's faster to take it, carry more speed into it, and accelerate later. So yeah, um, so that puts me eighth, which is okay. That's good. Oof. Let's have another go anyway. Why not? We're here now. We're gonna try changing brake bias actually on the last couple of laps a little bit because I was getting a bit of understeer. So use a bit more aggressive traction control. Dial traction control up to 4. Probably didn't see it. Had to do almost 30 degrees opposite lock in the middle of Eau Rouge there, so always interesting. Nice, okay. Run over. So if you run a bit too wide coming out of Stavelo, it's weird. It doesn't, the track limits there don't make any sort of sense. So sometimes I feel like I'm way out almost on the gravel. Sometimes I've even clipped the gravel on the outside. And then other times it's like, you know, I don't think I ran that wide, and then it says, oh, you got a penalty. It's just a bit inconsistent, but maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. But yeah. A bit too quick on entering or into La Source. Actually, I remember there's one thing I used to do, and I haven't been doing it, so I should do it. Just warm up the brakes. So I don't think I've been doing that for the last few runs. And yeah, nice. Stall it as we're pulling away. Build up speed, hold the brake. Come on, go up to green, go up to green, go up to green, go up to green. Okay, the fronts are up at green. Wide line into the exit of bus stop. Away we go. Just don't get that. I don't get why some laps maybe too aggressive on the brake pedal. This isn't good, but a couple of tenths off in the second sector. I think that's simply because of Lecom, that one corner. we're gonna start again. So I set up my ABS and traction control based on telemetry on that best run I did. But, well, a little bit of both, but we'll try what Mr. Erhan does, which is around these settings. According to the telemetry, the wheel speeds don't look right. It's downward spikes on the braking, and plenty of jitters on the rear wheels on throttle. So, but I suppose a little bit of slip is good, but the question is how much is good, how much is too much. Braking, of course, less ABS, better brakes, but up to a point as well. So yeah, car wanted to rotate quite a bit more there. Went too wide there. Yep. Okay. Apologies for that. I'll try and get another one going, another run. So 'Probably gonna get tagged. Probably, yes. Okay. Two major corrections in the middle of Eau Rouge. So, all right. Let's try being a bit smart with our driving. Had a suspicion. All right. Yep. Listen to what that guy says. Try to be fast, but don't push it over the limit. That's the way to do it. Just hold the speed up, but not so almost like rally driving. Just aim for 98, 99%, but not the full 100. Feather off a bit there, top of Radion, but First sector is probably going to be down a little. How far down is the question, though? A couple of tenths. Whoa! All right. Break too late. Break too late for too hard for too long. I was on the curb, man. Don't know how it tagged me there. I apologize for any frustrations I may express. So, it'd be nice to use push to talk on my mic, but fortunately I can't do that right now. So, I will try to be a bit less frustrated. So I can definitely see the benefits to the settings Airhand uses in some corners, but I can also see some negatives. So it'd be nice to have a middle setting of but yeah. I suppose that's where brake bias and throttle application can come in a bit maybe. But Not good. So something he's doing that I'm not doing comes to input, but I just don't see how his settings are faster. Well, I know how, but smoother throttle application, brake input, all of that, but maybe. But one thing I do know with that approach is it doesn't give you confidence in the car. So it needs to be a blend of nothing that basically babies you around, but not something that you're driving on a knife edge every time, every corner, every brake input, every throttle application, that kind of driving. I mean, obviously it works, so I'm not dissing what Erhan's done. It's I watched the lap, great, very, very smooth driving, very precise. But the question I might ask would be, how many attempts did he have to try to get to that point? It might have been one, maybe two attempts, but maybe it could have also been 50 or 100 attempts. And one out of that 100 came good, so it's not the way I would like to do it, and time is a little bit tight right now, so there's 35 minutes remaining officially. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my own settings, which the telemetry which the telemetry actually agrees with. So it's not as if I'm pulling them out of thin air. There is actual technical proof behind this approach as well. So way out to the curb at La Source. Hopefully it's still good though. Oh, what was that? Alright, that was terrible driving. That was complete disaster. Ran so wide through there. Okay. Tell me that was a one-hit wonder, that run. Okay, that was bad. Alright. I think I'm overdriving a bit. Trying too hard. So I need to just dial it back a bit. Oh dear. Alright, that's that run done. Need to adjust my settings in time, not last minute. Leaving it far too... I'm changing settings in the middle of a braking zone. That's just not smart. Not smart at all. What's going wrong now? It's just going wrong now. Oh dear. Take a breath. And I'll have a bit of water. Because I'm sweating like a pig right now. It's a really hot day in Ireland today. Really hot. Sincerely hoping it's not this bad in Belgium. Because I might just, I don't know, maybe I can get one of those hats and just attach a cap or something, attach a small fan to it to blow just in front of my face. Or get a haircut. Get a haircut. Maybe I'll do that. Definitely thinking about getting my hair trimmed. It's getting too long now, I think. Doesn't look good anymore. Oh! Oh yeah, yeah. Don't worry, I'm not stressed or anything. I'm just frustrated now. So it's I'm definitely more relaxed now. Hard to imagine maybe, but more relaxed now than I was. But I'm just hot simply because it's a really hot day, and I don't want to turn on my fan because if I turn on my fan, you just hear this noise in the microphone. So I don't want to cause. I should change my settings before I get to the bus stop. So trying to be courteous, but I will need a considerably long shower after this. 25 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Anyway, just at this point, anyway, I'm just kind of. It's mainly experimenting with different settings, changing the way I'm driving a bit, just to see, learn a bit more. So it's about learning what settings are good, what settings are not so good, and it's all stuff to kind of take on board. Yep, no good. For anyone who isn't familiar with this esports series and they're watching it, pretty much this is what everyone does. They drive 1 or 2 laps, make a big mistake a bit somewhere, so they're like, ah, crap, and then they have to go back and restart the session and try again. And it's something that you kind of try continuously for a long time, and then eventually it's like clicks. So that's what most of us are doing. The level of competition is really, really high. Really high. Really, really, really high. Not sure if you could sense the struggle in my voice there, but the competition is very strong. So climbing frickin' Mount Everest, that's what this feels like. I'm sure anyone who has climbed Mount Everest will be like, you have no idea, sir, what you're talking about. It's much harder than this. Which it may be. I'll try climbing Mount Everest every day for the last 2 weeks. That's one way of putting it too, so. Maybe it does take 2 weeks to climb, I don't know. I'm not a climber, I couldn't say. But I will say though, the temperature is probably a bit nicer on top of Mount Everest than it is here. Because it's freaking hot! Freaking hot! So hot. Melting, absolutely melting over here. Right. Let's do this properly. Yeah, this run is gone. So I have to go for another one. Okay. So I forgot to dial up the traction control before entering the comm section. So try that. Yep. That's definitely traction control at 4 is better in the middle sector. ABS at 4 might be better as well, but and I didn't change it. No, I forgot to change it. Nice. All right, I think there is roughly, yeah, there's just under 10 minutes officially. Hopefully, because I will start this run. So this will be the last, this will be the final attempt. So I'll go with what I know. And then what worked for me on my own personal run. And then work from there. There we go. A little bit off in the second sector and first sector, but we'll just see to the end of this run. Messed that up a little bit. See, one thing I'll say, mess up the exit of one corner, or the entry and exit of one corner leading up to a straight, and you lost a tenth, just like that. So never forget about exit. I messed up my exit going into Corbe Paul Freire, or I don't know how you pronounce it, so excuse me if that's wrong, but as a result, on that lap, on my last lap, got a better entry, better exit, gained a tenth, just like that, just for just slightly better driving. So it's not about braking as late as you can into every single corner. In some corners, yes, but not others. So if you're not at the apex, you're doing it wrong. Definitely won't best my time on this run, but we'll see to the end of it anyway. Ceremonial run, or whatever way you want to call it. oh. Okay. So let's have a bit of fun. Let's have a bit of fun on this last lap for the hell of it. Whoa, got it, caught it. Yeah, can't really drift through a rouge without making, you have to make a mistake prior to the run. Or going up, driving normally, it's kind of getting the thing to swing around in the middle of it is doesn't really work. So I'm sewing at the wheel here. No, understeer. Okay, would have been nice to get a nice long drift through Puan. Campus will be interesting. You can tell these cars weren't built for drifting. Having saw the wheel left and right constantly. Grips doesn't grip, grips doesn't grip. So I don't think Aston Martin were thinking about people drifting their GT3 cars when they made them. So understandable. Hey, that's the run done. Let's see what that last lap was. Probably 3 minutes or something. No, 2:38. Okay. But yeah, that was hard work. That was really hard work. So at this point, I'll say thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this hour and 35-minute stream. So luckily I was able to improve on my best time on one of my first runs, but it was a little bit frustrating, has to be said, for not being able to replicate it in subsequent runs. So kind of sometimes hard to figure out. It's hard to understand how the delta works in ACC. It's a bit unconventional. But yeah, it's thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and thankfully won't have to stress about being called up or not. And so yeah, thanks, Christine. Yeah, it's happy. I'm happy with that. So wasn't getting much sleep last night. That's the truth. Being truthful, struggled to sleep, bit nerves, but yeah, all good. That's the way it goes sometimes. So it worked out. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I guess hopefully, for no random problems or reasons or whatever, hopefully I'll be in Spa, so in a couple of weeks. So I'll see you guys then. So bye bye.